Hey everybody out there who's wide awake with me. I was laying in my bed tonight and I've been manifesting and dreaming and imagining the most beautiful futures for humanity and mankind, and stepping into those that anyone can even begin to fathom. And I'm downloading these incredible knowings from Source about how things are changing and shifting, and how we've got to stay unafraid and not sit on our curtains. It's okay, dogs. I sat on the curtain and pulled the whole rod down. Okay, maybe I was off course with what I was saying there, because I had this one beautiful thought, and it made me cry. It made me cry for us, because we deserve it. And that thought was, what if just for one day, everybody who's alive right now looked at each other with humanity in their hearts, and they realized that we have all been through it together, and that we have all been doing the best any of us have known how. And that instead of fighting over who's right and who's wrong, over whose way is better or worse, we should be learning from each other why we are the way we are and how we help each other heal from it. And we should be looking at each other, no matter which side of whatever line you want to draw and pretend is important in this life. What if you looked at each other and you realized we are alive together in this space, and that is a victory worth celebrating right now if you are a kind and compassionate and loving human being who wants to see better in the world, because we have been under fire for so long. To be silenced, to be told we're crazy, that the things we know now for sure were happening. And that we as humans, we are not each other's enemy, and we have got to stop. We have got to stop fighting amongst ourselves so we can move into the life we deserve. All of us. Anybody who says that people have gotten what they deserve in this life has not had to try very hard to get very far. Because when you've had to fight your way through the trenches, you would never judge another human again for who they are, or what they ended up doing, or what they had to go through to get where they are today. As long as they are a pure, kind-hearted, truly, genuinely, authentically loving human being. They've had to fight just as hard as you in some way. And it's time we recognize that in each other. It's time that we see the victory instead of the victimhood now. We have come so far as a species to make it to this exact moment when you are hearing this message. You and I, we did it. Let's stay here and make it a better place for everyone. Those of you who hear me and understand what I am saying, you know that this world is ours to command. You know that this decision is ours to make and that we have won all the battles we need to fight. We win. All we have to do is decide and start making the shift. Start expecting whatever unexpected is coming, because it's going to be glorious and beautiful and incredible. But we have got to come into some unity as a species on the fact that we don't necessarily need to understand how everything's going to happen. What we need to understand is that it can happen in all of our best interest in a way that nobody is harmed any longer. Because we're all on the same team. And because the energies and the entities that do not deserve to feed off of us any longer are having their cords and their ties and their bounds severed forever from this realm. That energy is no longer welcome here amongst humankind, where kindness is what matters more than anything else. Kindness toward each other, not just toward those who are same, not toward just those that we energetically align with or understand their journey, toward all, without exception. Wouldn't it be an incredible world to live in if we, instead of picking apart each other's differences, learn to celebrate the bravery it takes to be different in a world that tells you that you should conform in every way? What if we recognized in each other that those differences are what make us unique? They're what make us interesting and exciting characters in this story of life that we're creating together. They're what make us worth getting to know. And that it's okay if you want to live same as others. Everybody needs some structure in their lives, in the way they operate, in the way we feel secure and happy and safe and healthy, and that's okay. What's not okay is saying that everybody else should have to have that same structure as you. And we have got to stop doing that to each other. What if just for today, every day, not just one day, what if just in this moment, every moment, we all agree and decide to be on the same team, on the same side for the only thing that matters, and that is humankind surviving and thriving in happiness and health and wealth and prosperity and joy and all of the things that we crave so badly to experience in life. And that we cut the energetic bonds and cords of everything else. Because we don't have to live that way any longer. And where we focus, we find. And what I want to find is a world worth waking up to every day, because it is our dream. Hmm. And I am so blessed to get to be a part of this, to get to say these things and put them out there in the world for people to find and hear. I don't just speak for me. I have been honored by the source of all to hear and interpret its voice since I was born. And I didn't even know it. For years, I knew what I heard, and I knew that it was truth, and I knew it was right. I knew that that voice was always there and that it guided me true. But I had no idea what I was energetically experiencing or attached to until recently. And when I realized what that power is, and what it means to have passed whatever trials and tribulations I had to go through to get to the point where I had proven myself to the source of all as worthy, as true of heart, to carry these messages to the world, not for myself, but for everyone. Because we deserve better. And we know it. And we are learning every day more proof, more proof, more proof of who we truly are at a quantum level, of how this is an avatar body that we indwell, and that we get to think real with our conscious efforts and our decision making and our belief and our speaking. Whatever we want this world to be together. And I don't know about you, but I want it to be a place of being safe, a place of feeling secure, a place of happiness, a place of calm and ease, and no more nervous system dysregulation all the time, because we understand how to energetically heal together, how to respect each other, how to treat each other as humans should, as we once did. It's time to remember who we are and never forget again. And that starts with celebrating each other for the fact that we fucking made it to this point. And we need to stand together and say that whatever is going on in this world of manipulation and deception and lies needs to stop immediately and be outed. And structures need to be remade and things need to be redone in favor of humanity as a whole. Nobody deserves to suffer so that a few may maintain control. That's just not the way things need to be anymore. And I don't know how it's going to shift, but I know it will. Just you wait. Just you wait and watch and see. And, you know, the most comical part of it all is going to be when both sides realize that neither were right and neither were fully wrong. But we were so busy fighting over the stupid details that don't matter that we couldn't see the truth right in front of our eyes. And it is time to open our eyes and see the truth, mankind. It's out there. It's time for it to be revealed. It's time for us to feel the victory of today, every day. And now I'm going to go back to bed and I'm going to rest peacefully while this video uploads to YouTube. And this message starts making its way to whoever it's energetically supposed to reach and connect with. And they help it find its way to the next person it's supposed to reach and connect with. And this message makes its way all the way around the world so that we can all stand in unified, harmonious agreement that this is our world and we get to decide how we want to live in it from now on. And if that's how you feel, I hope you just keep helping spread this collective thought process and say it out loud. Say, I want better for us as a species, and I want to see it happen, and I don't care how, but it must. And it must be gentle, and it must be easy, and it must be without any shadow of doubt. Because doubt no longer gets to energetically remain here if we decide it doesn't. If we declare and decree that doubt and all of its tentacles of influence, all its programs, all its energies, is no longer allowed to reside in this realistic density with us in our bodies, then it can't anymore. We win that way. We get to sever those cords and reprogram our bodies and our brains and renew ourselves every day. Every morning, our cells can be made new. We get to enjoy this life that we've been given day in and day out, not feel like it's a drudgery, like it's just a slow march to our grave. That's not what this was created to be for us. We get to decide as a species if we want to live in heaven or in hell on this earth. And I don't know about you, but I am picking heaven because I have lived long enough in hell and I refuse to go back there ever again. And if you agree that you've had enough too, and you can find the faith inside of yourself to step out of your comfort zone and say, you know what? This feels right in my heart and soul somehow, even though I don't understand it. And I want to be a part of it. All you have to do is say, I agree, and I want this too. And then just trust and believe like you would in whatever it is you trust and believe in, that it will come to pass. Because it will. There's no longer any doubt. It's happening. Things are changing in this world. And you get to be a part of it just like I do. And that is exciting. So for today, in this moment, let's celebrate together. Let's lift up gratitude and so much joy to the fact that we know what we know. And there's no fooling us anymore. And this is our life and our world. And we get to be in charge of it now. Good night, everyone.